I really want to talk about this topic for a little while because I do feel like it is something that is important to discuss because I feel like the Indiana Fever really messed up something. They really, really messed up something. And every other team's kind of using this to their advantage. And it's the whole dev player situation. And I get it. Like, I do get it that the Indiana Fever have been, at times, the picture of health. Justine Bassett was told, like, Justine Bassett did not have the option to sign a dev contract with another team. The Indiana Fever just wasted a year of Justine Bassett's career. And people being like they have 12 games to use it or waiting for the second half. Justine Bassett will not play 1 minute this season. Why? Amber Cox said it. Amber Cox literally said it. She said before the season started she had no intention of playing a development player. That they're red shirts, she's not going to play them. And obviously, if a team wanted to sign Justine Bassett to a full contract, they would. And no team has. The problem is that you're looking at the Mercury. I'm going to look at other teams. So we're just going to look at WNBA. I'm going to look at dev players. The Aces. The Aces don't play any dev players. Cool. The Lynx. Hoff is a dev player who was literally on the floor in the first game to get swatted by Angel Reese. They've activated Breanna a few times. Yeah, because, like, again, but they chose not to activate Bassett or Breanna when Dantas was injured at the start of the year. They've activated Breanna twice in a season. The Lynx, Hoff, Hamzova, who else? Leah King have all played. The Valks. They're dev contract players. They've played a couple of them, I think. I'm trying to think of who's on the who's the Valks dev contract players. Because they've definitely played. I think everybody's played dev contract players. So the Valks dev contract players are, I think Soa hasn't played much. Prechtel played a little bit. Fingal, they've put her on the floor. The New York Liberty, Marine Fatou played against the Fever. The Atlanta Dream have played their dev players. The Dallas Wings have played their... they haven't played a Conquo, I don't think. Kate Martin's on game 10. The Mystics have played some dev players. The Tempo have played. Even in game 1, we're playing their dev player. The Slovenian Big. The Portland Fire have played dev players. All these teams are playing. The Chicago Sky, Koulibaly, Maddie Westball, they're playing dev players. Seattle Storm have played Tana Mayer. The Sun have played Haley Van Lith. Every other team has gone and played dev players. Like, if Justine Bassett was drafted by any team, like, I'm just going to show you guys this 2026 WNBA draft. So, Justine Bassett. Every single player that was not stashed, as far as I'm aware, that was taken before Justine Bassett has played in a WNBA game. Suarez, yes. Booner, yes. Ledger Walker, yes. Is fucking starter. Prosper, yes. Latson, yes. Lattimore hasn't. Even though I thought she was really, really good. Key is a key rotation piece. So, every single player taken before Justine Bassett, outside of Lattimore. Has Latasha Lattimore, she hasn't even signed a dev contract anywhere, so something's obviously wrong with Latasha Lattimore. But she looked really good in preseason. So if she hasn't signed a dev contract, something's seriously wrong there. And then you look below Bassett. Stash. Has played some okay minutes for the Dream. Been injured the whole year. Has played very little, in fairness. Has little Paige Bueckers played? I think she might have played a minute. No, she hasn't played. So she hasn't played. So you're looking there. Little Paige Bueckers hasn't played. Third round. Never made a team. Key rotational piece. Was at one stage rotational piece. Never made a team. Don't think she ever played. Stash. Somehow is now on the Indiana Fever and doesn't play. Never made a team. Then a bunch of stashes. So, like, what? Justine Bassett is like, of these players in the draft, of the 45 that were drafted, 30? 30 of them? Did someone just say trade Kelsey Mitchell for Hailey Van Lith? Okay. You do you, I guess. Of the 30 of them, Bassett has been one of the least valuable ones. Because the Fever have never had any intention of playing her. They've never... She's played one preseason game and scored 10 points. Like, she scored 10 points, went coast to coast a few times. Like, there's been a lot of, like, really kind of big... She did a lot of good things in that preseason game and hasn't gotten a look at since. Like, there is no reason why she hasn't gotten at least a look in when Dantas was gone. And for the people saying again, like, where everybody was being like, oh, they're waiting for it to the end of the year. No, they're not. Absolutely no, they're not. They're not going to play her. Amber Cox from the very start. And this is why I said this. People were like, oh, you know, the Fever could sign this player with dev contract. And I'm like, the Fever, I mean this when I say this, is the least attractive dev contract destination. People are like, oh, the Fever should sign Kate Martin on a dev contract. Why would Kate Martin sign a dev contract with the Fever? They don't want her. The Fever don't want players. The Fever want practice bodies on a dev contract. And there was never an intention of playing Bree Hall. There's never been an intention of playing Justine Bassett. What do they gain by not playing her? Nothing. She's a practice player. They don't want her. They would have, if this was last year, they would have cut her. It means they can just have her there for practice. They don't understand how you can use that dev contract players are meant to be there for development. They were just kind of added there. There shouldn't be a max. They just make the roster. It should have been stupid enough, like where it was like, just let the roster be 14. Let the roster be 14. If you want to call up a player, call up a player. Don't limit the games to 12. Just make the roster 14 players, and two of your dev contract players have to be under a certain age. I don't know. Make a certain amount of players, like have a certain amount of players that, you know, have to be a certain age for a team. I don't know. But like, I don't understand the people, and from as far as I'm aware, again, this is like a fourth or fifth hand information. I think with one of the reasons the Indiana Fever did not recruit, we're not able to recruit overseas, is that they wanted players to fight it out. Like, I think as far as I'm aware, any of the overseas players the Fever were trying to recruit were basically being told, you know what, yeah, you're a training camp player. You're there with Megan McConnell and you're fighting it out. You're fighting it out with Megan McConnell for a spot on the team. And I can't remember who the other one was even. You're fighting it out with them two. Instead of like the Liberty being like, oh yeah, you're going to be a key rotation piece from day one. So you're not going to sign them. Like when you're not going to be able to attract players to sign a dev contract when you're when you don't play dev players. So next year you're not going to ever be able to sign somebody on a dev contract if you want to take a look at them, because you've essentially shown they're not going to play. Not only that, when it comes to the whole roster stuff, if you're one of these players like a Justine Bassett, you want to play for your own money situation, because you want, worst case scenario, you want to be in the shop window for another team. And the Fever didn't even play her in preseason. They didn't even play her in preseason. Like, it's ridiculous. It is ridiculous.